sitting right there on the street, sleeping right there on the street. I never judge them because I used to sleep right next to them. You understand? Any more questions?
Why you used to live next to them? Like, you used to live in the streets?
I went through so much problems with my family, right? That I ended up running away from home. And they said, if you leave, you can't come back. And I felt I had this ego, I had a chip on my shoulder. So I said, you know what, I don't need y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I went out there, and it was hard. I made things more difficult for myself, all right? Don't think that I came from a bad home. I had beautiful parents. I came from a good home. They gave me everything in the world. It's just that when I became a teenager, they didn't know how to... Exactly. They didn't know how to deal with me. You know what I mean? I was going through so much, I didn't know how to deal with myself. You know what I mean? And you sending me somewhere is not helping. Because the things that you don't like about me, you send me away, your problem is gone. But those things I don't like about myself either. And I still had to live with those things though. Ain't no running away from yourself. So you gotta face your fears. You gotta step outside of your comfort zone. You gotta do the things that you probably don't wanna do. It's this way you can grow as a person. To be the better person, to be the best person that you can be, to live up to your full potential. Anybody got any more questions? Rich, get involved, man. You get a question, Rich. Come on, get involved, Rich.
So, you call it work, but from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's passion.
It's passion. It's work.
Explain to them the difference between work and passion. Because what I do for a living, to me, I don't call it work. I call it my passion.
Exactly.
So explain to them the difference between what a job is and what your passion is.
People get up every single day and they hate life. They are so mad that they have to go to work. All right, and while they're at work, they're so miserable. And when they're sitting down, they're shaking their leg and they're looking at that clock and they just can't wait to get up out of there. All right? When you feel like that, that is work. You feel obligated. You have to do this in order to survive. But really, you're brainwashed to think so. All right? People are scared to take that risk. All right? To invest in themselves. All right? I quit my job. I put in my 2-week notice. I didn't have a lot of money in the bank, but I found my passion. And I'm running with it. I'm not scared. Remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I work hard. Nobody works harder than me. So $1 is going to come. Guarantee it. Money's going to come in. I guarantee it. Money is not the most important thing in the world, but it is right up there with oxygen, though. But I ain't going to lie. You know what I'm saying? You need it, all right? But it's not the most important thing in the world, all right? You can always make $1. There's so many ways to make $1. I can teach you all ways to make $1. You live in the best age right now, all right? We got the internet. There's so many ways to make money online. You got kids your age make money online. What's your question? Oh, all right. Anybody got any questions? Go ahead, bro.
You was in 8th grade, for example.
And I was in 8th grade, yeah. I remember that clearly. I was going to school with Giselle. Yes, I did a lot of bad things. A lot of bad things. I was in the streets, man. I was already smoking, drinking. I was already selling drugs. I was already involved with gangs. I was jumping other kids, beating other kids up. You know what I mean? Taking advantage. I was a bully because I was bullied. You know what I mean? So when I started fighting back, I just wanted to bully other kids too because I went through it. You know what I mean? Like the list goes on. I told you, I ended up in that juvenile group home in 7th grade. 7th grade. They took me out of school in the middle of the year and I went there for a couple of months. I get back to school, everybody wants to know where I've been. I don't want to tell nobody that I just came back from a juvenile home. I don't want to tell everybody that I got all these problems at home and that my parents don't know how to deal with me, so they send me away. You know what I mean? My parents are beautiful, right? But you got to understand, right, is that sometimes your parents are going to be real difficult on you. You got to understand we're all human and we're all going through our own things in life. And sometimes they might take out some of that stuff on you, all right? But they're only going to be hard on you because they want the best for you. All right, and sometimes they don't know how to really like channel that or really how to like put it out there to you. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, listen, you know, I love you, but I'm going through a lot right now. And this is why I don't know how to deal with it, so I just let it out. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And I'm hard on you, though, because I believe in you. And I see so much potential in you that you don't even see in yourself. And I want the best for you. Because I've been through so much that I don't want you to go through those things. This is how your parents feel. Even if you don't have a parent, this is how your guardian feels. Alright? Whatever it is that's wrong in your life is happening for a reason. Alright? It's a lesson in it. Let's try to find out that lesson. Because that lesson is the blessing. Alright? These things that are going through today are going to sculpt you to be the person that you're going to be tomorrow. The friends that you choose today are very important. I encourage you to be very selective with your friends. Alright? A lot of the friends that you're going to have right now, don't feel obligated to do things for them. Because a lot of friends that you have today will not be your friend 5 to 10 years from now. They won't. Alright? Why I want you to be so selective with your friends is because, listen, if you tell me your 5 best friends, I can tell you what your future is. I promise you that.
So tell me why.
You tell me your best friends. Name your best friends, your 5 best friends right now. Tell me what they do.
Michael.
Michael, what does Michael do?
He's like me.
What do you mean he's like you? I don't know what you're like. I see a good kid right here with a lot of good energy.
Oh, bro, you're funny.
Michael, what does he do?
Was he a class clown? He's silly.
Fights.
He fights. He's in gangs?
Yeah.
He sell drugs?
No.
But he's in gangs. All right. So what else? Who else? About Michael so far, he fights a lot. Michael's dealing with a lot of rage. He probably has a lot of things that he doesn't like about himself. He doesn't know how to deal with it. And this is his way of letting those things out. All right? So he puts it out on somebody else. That's his way. A lot of people are class clowns because they're going through so much that they're trying to cover up something. All right? Some of those people, they smile in your face every day. And they tell jokes, but really, they're just hiding the pain in their life. And this is the way that they hide it, by telling you all these jokes. And you might think that that person is the happiest person in the world. But when they go home, man, they dealing with a lot of pain, man, a lot of struggle that you don't even know about. So sometimes when people come in and they look like they're in a good mood, you know what I mean? Don't get so easily upset with that person. All right, let's try to think of it in a different way. Let's change our minds, all right? Let's think of it like, damn, maybe he's going through something right now. You know what I mean? So maybe I might want to put him to the side and be like, yo, what's going on, man? You all right? You know I'm here for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could talk to me about it. I ain't gonna tell nobody, man, but if you need to get something off your chest, then talk to me about it. You don't ever want to bottle that thing up inside. It's only gonna hold you back and keep you down. Let's let it off so this way you can be free. This way you can fly. You know what I'm saying? So you can soar. You gotta remove the pain first. Don't go chasing your dream without removing the pain from your life. It don't matter how hard you work. If you got that pain, if you got these mental blocks, you ain't gonna succeed. You gotta get through those breakthroughs. You know what I'm saying? You gotta constantly push yourself past your limitations, all right? Break through these thresholds. You don't never want to stay stagnant. You don't never want to stay comfortable in that place right there where you just feel comfortable at. You don't never want to live there. All right? You're gonna end up being content with life. And whatever comes your way, you're gonna just accept it. And you're gonna feel like this is just the way it has to be. But it doesn't have to be like that. Anybody got any more questions? Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead, Ray.
Did you ever go back here?
Ever go back to my parents? I went back to my parents like this. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry for all the things that I've done. All right? We live in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So we see guys selling drugs all the time, right? We know what the police are like, right?
You don't want to go through it.
You know what a raid is? You know what a raid is? Anybody in here know what a raid is? Huh? That's when the police come through and they kick the door down. Right? And they run up in your house. And they bring the dogs. And they tear your house upside down. That's what happened to me. I put my family through so much pain. So much pain when those police came, raided my crib, looking for me. Because I had so many drugs in my house. And they're looking for me. My parents got to deal with this. My parents had to get the cuffs on and go into those cells because of me. How do you think I feel about that? That broke my heart. To put my parents, put my sisters, put everybody that I love the most through that type of pain. If it wasn't for me, they would have never experienced that. They're not the type of people to be in the street. So why would they have to deal with the consequences of somebody that lives a street life? And that hurt me so much. You gotta forgive everybody that you've hurt. And more importantly, you gotta forgive everybody that has hurt you. Not for them, but for you. So you feel better. And hopefully you encourage them to do the same so they can feel better. Anybody got any more questions? Let's not be shy. We got 3 people that just walked in. You have to have questions because you walked in late, which means you don't have everything, all right? And everything that I'm teaching these people right now is all the things that you're gonna need to be successful in life. So if you don't utilize this, if you don't take advantage of this opportunity, it's as if you was never here.